All right, guys. The last one I'm going to give you for a guard escape is going to be the shrimp escape. And this is one that most people don't get a lot of. And it is the first one that they teach you. And it is considered very, very basic. But the thing is that if I'm on top of you and you start shrimping or whatever, like my gait, my legs being on the side of your hips is going to be very hard for you to start to move your hips out. And this is where really, really understanding shrimping and practicing shrimping, not just from a hey, I shrimped once, hey, we're done, great, kind of mindset, because that's not it. It's going to be more of a shrimp, 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 right? And they're not going to be big shrimps, right? But when I get here and I'm starting to get this escape, right? I don't go here and go, oh, well, I didn't get all the way clear. I guess he's just going to be in the mountain. I'm going to go for something else. No, it's not like that at all, right? And this is part of the reason why we practice this extension of the arms when we're shrimping, right? When I was in Maine, when we talked about this particular escape, right? They were talking about CBD, constant downward pressure, and I'm okay with that, and I'm kind of not, right? Because they were kind of emphasizing gluing my forearms to their shins so that I can start to move out and keep them into one position. But what's the drawback for that? Especially in a gi, if I'm starting to do that, he's going to do a cross lapel choke, because he's going to do a box choke, he can do all kinds of things. My neck is no longer protected because I put both arms down. So I don't like that. What I do like is I might be in this position, right? I'm shrugging my shoulder and protecting this side of my neck with this. I'm protecting this side of the neck with my hand, right? And I am palm out. It's not going to be very easy to defend somebody if my palm in. I can't adapt to that. I can't cup. I can't do anything like that. So I'm in this defensive position, and whichever arm I have up, that's the side I'm going to get onto my butt. And I'm going to block his hip right here. Remember, I'm going to go to his iliac crest, and I'm going to keep my elbow tight to my body, just like in the knee ride escape that we talked, right? I want to be as connected as possible because I don't want him to take advantage of this separation. And so from here, I need to block his hip, because once I get into this position, he might try to just come up into the side mount, right? I just gave him the side mount in a lot of ways. So my hand here is blocking him from being able to do that. And the trick to this escape is not only that I have to keep moving, I have to keep stripping over and over again until I'm clear, right? But I have to stop him from being able to follow me. So I need to have that block. Right now it's my palm. When I get further out, it's going to be my knee. Okay? Now that we got over that, let's actually talk about the escape itself. So, like pretty much any mount escape, except for the step over escape, right? It's going to start with bridging, right? So the reason why I'm bridging now is not necessarily to get him to post. I'm not concerned about that now. I don't even care how far I get. What I need is, because right now, remember, his pressure, his weight, his connection is his hips on my hips, keeping me down. And honestly, you're probably not going to go for this in a low mount. He's just way too connected to you, right? If I can get my leg down, I can get that first hook off here, maybe I can start to go for this from a low mount, right? But I have to get into this kind of step over escape, and maybe I wasn't able to gather up this leg. So I'm going to block his hip here because I'm on the side, and now I hopefully have some room here, right? So I maybe stepped over that, maybe I've got that block there, and maybe I kind of do a stupid little bridge here just kind of for show, right? But what that's going to do is it's going to momentarily cause me to have some space, and now I'm going to move my hips out, right? And once I get here, I don't stop. I am shrimping my way down the mat like hell, okay? So for a lot of people, if you've been doing jiu-jitsu and you just don't use this escape because you're just like, oh, I can't get out of it, you're not shrimping enough, or you're shrimping too large, right? So if you try to do this, right, this big ass shrimp, it's not going to really work. And so what I'm doing is, rather than being dynamite or a bulldozer trying to break through a wall, I'm going to be a little jackhammer. That's it, right? So my shrimps here, right, I'm going to do a bridge to get rid of the weight on my hips, and I'm creating space. The space is underneath my butt, so I have room for me to go, and he's going to have just a moment, just a tiny little moment of time before he can settle back down on me. So I'm bridging up, and I get on my side. I'm pushing onto his hip a little bit here, but I'm keeping my elbow tight. And then from here, I keep shrimping, and once I get past his gate a little bit, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to use my shin as a block so he can't come back up. So I really want to get that here, and then I get here, right? And when I come back up, my hooks are underneath him. My shins, my legs, are preventing him from coming on top of me. Why is that important? I'm playing a hooks guard now. I'm not in mount. He's over here. My shins are blocking him from coming on top of me. This is guard, right? So from here, I'm going to sit up. I'm going to get my shoulders in deeper than my hips. And now I'm playing this open guard position where I have all kinds of attacks that I can do. So I just went from a really shitty position to being able to play my guard where I'm really, really strong. I like these open guards personally. So last time, bridge. I'm protecting my neck, right? I bridge. I shrimp out. I block my elbows tight. My hand is protecting my neck. I'm getting him, and I'm going to shrimp like hell down the mat. Once I get past, right, and I don't have to come that far past, right? My knee probably only needs to be up to here, right? Very close to his knee. And then I can start to roll back up, and both my legs are going to be right here in between, and they're blocking him from be able to come back on top of me. So that's going to make it very hard for him to go back into the mount position. So it's just, the key thing here is to not just shrimp once or twice. You're going to think about, before you do this escape, commit yourself to 10 shrimps. Okay, if it doesn't happen after 10 shrimps, you probably aren't getting out. But if you're doing like 10 little shrimps, right, all the way down, what's happening is that you're getting an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch, and you're just working your way out until you can get that knee out, and now you've got that block. Sometimes what's going to happen here, right, and this is going to go into the same one that I did last time, right, if I can get here, I can start to maybe even lift with this hook and start getting, him to post up, right? And then I can grab his ankle, and then I've got other things I can do from there. But I'm out of the mount, and that is the kind of the key thing here. Got one more for you tonight, okay?